And Taurus, welcome to your reading. So, this is your quickie. Taurus, the things you don't need to feel guilty about is recharging, is your solitude. So, whenever you need solitude, you should never feel guilty to obtain your solitude so that you can be able to recharge, okay? And basically, just to in layman terms, recharge is reset, collecting your thoughts, getting yourself back into order, you know, so that you could get back to your regular program. So let's go ahead and pull you and let's do it this way. Um, what is the advice? Hold on, I messed up the deck. What is the advice for Taurus? So that Taurus, what is the advice because Taurus feels guilty for their solitude to be able to recharge? So it's very specific, Taurus. You should not feel guilty whenever you need to take a step back and recharge. You should not feel guilty for your solitude, meaning you, yourself, and you. Okay, so if I get upset because Aries, you want your time alone, that's a me problem. It's not a you problem. So you're being asked not to be sensitive. I just did the same thing I just did the first time by trying to shuffle the deck inside out. Hold on. Let me fix these cards, Taurus. Next 72s, while I'm fixing this deck, next 72s are released every Sunday. Just a FYI. Also, readings have been released on the YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success and growth of this fairly still new channel. If you've already subscribed, may you continue to find the clarity, confirmation, and understanding that you seek or need. All right, what is the advice for my Taurus? What is the advice for Taurus? What is the advice for my Taurus? Taurus, you have the Six of Cups, nostalgia. You have an overly protective. You have someone that's like literally overly protective over you. All they do is think about you, sleep about you, dream about you, think about you, sleep about you, breathe you, think about you. I mean, if you were edible, they would eat you too. Okay. So you have an obsessive energy, and it's not made known, but I'm sure that you are able to recognize it. It's kind of hidden. So if you were to tell somebody like, yo, I need my space because this person is, overstepping my boundaries, disrespecting my boundaries, and it seems like the more and more that I'm nice, the more and more this person is showing me how their obsession could maybe lead to a restraining order. And you shouldn't feel guilty for wanting your solitude. And it doesn't have to. I'm not talking to every Taurus if you are dealing with those extremes, but also be cautious. Don't be comfortable with people who overstep your boundaries, and in their mind, it's twisted. So be mindful of allowing anyone to do anything nice for you when they've already showed you the signs of toxic obsession, where it may lead to a restraining order. It may lead to law enforcement. It may lead to investigating. You get what I'm saying? So, Aries, you don't have to go out of your way to tell someone respect your space. Let's say you do. Let's say you have to go out of your way to let it be known to respect your space. You're going to have to create a safe space so that you can be able to recharge. Everyone is entitled their safe space to be able to have their solitude and recharge. So definitely stand on your boundaries when it comes to your innocence, family, your space to be able to recollect yourself, protection. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you have your own family. And it feels like someone could be overstepping their boundaries. You get what I'm saying? And never, one thing I want to tell you is never allow someone to gaslight you when you call them out and say, yo, you're doing too much. And then they turn around and say, oh, you're ungrateful. Oh, you don't want nobody's help. No, I never asked you for your help. You keep inserting yourself, and then you turn it around and try to gaslight and disrespect. You get what I'm saying? That is a dominance. That's a toxic dominance. It's giving me like back in the days where they used to throw, men in the cages and they had to fight for their lives. So now we live in the times where men don't do that towards men. They do it towards women. So I could be talking to a woman, but for the most part, if you are a man and you have feminine traits and masculine traits, you may feel like people just overstep your boundaries, and then when you call them out with them overstepping your boundaries, they flip it on you as if you're weird and you're the problem, but in reality that they're the ones that has a toxic issue. So if you have to take the necessary precautions to put law enforcement, a restraining order, anything like that, do what you have to do to protect your solitude so that you can be able to recharge. Now, pertaining to the Six of Cups, Taurus, it says, you may be reminiscing about your childhood or thinking about someone from your past. This card is of children and can represent working with children, simplicity, playfulness, innocence, protection, and family. Take the support available to you from family and close friends. So I can see why some of you Taurus need your space to recharge is because you deal with adult kids who are immature, like I said, turn around and gaslight you when it's not you who's the problem, it's them. Some of you could be social workers, some of you could be teachers. You deal with kids, you're teaching. So yeah, when you get into your space, you need to be able to recollect yourself so that you can show up again the next day. You get what I'm saying? Lord forbid, you run an organization or something, you're going to need solitude at least 3 to 4 times out of the day. So I commend you. But one thing I do want you to know as a side note, don't allow anyone to disrespect your space. And don't allow anyone who's toxic to disrespect your space and then turn around and gaslight you. Okay? No one cares about the rumors. If someone's having rumors and saying, oh, Taurus, they don't want help, let them do the rumors because your actions speak louder than words. Basically, we live in a time to where people want to compete against the responsibilities that are independently getting taken care of. So if a person is not taking care of their responsibilities, they're going to find someone who is taking care of their responsibilities and try to create defamation of character. Don't worry about that. Why would you sit there and feed yourself to a sheep in wolf's clothing? Why would you sit there and feed yourself to a sheep pretending to be a wolf? They're not a wolf. They're a sheep. Okay? Sheep eat grass. Wolves eat they devour. So, let me give you your I am message, Taurus. Hopefully I'm making sense. I'm not trying to scare none of you, but it's just my Taurus is in the collective. It's happening to other zodiac signs too. In the collective where, you have people who are in survival mode and they're trying to find their prospects, but they're not realizing that they're positioning them own self as a prospect because they're not paying attention to who's watching them. So you're going to see a lot of people come back and they're going to be asking you for your help, but they already messed that up with you because, they disrespected you or they didn't allow you to, they didn't respect your space. For others of you who are not dealing with toxicity, it's just, you're overly serving and you need to take those breaks to recharge. What is the I am message for Taurus? What's the I am message for my Taurus? All right, pathway to light, yeah. All right, it says, I make the conscious choice to move forward to the light one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. Yeah, you're overly serving. Others of you, you need to recap your energy. You need that energy, and you need to speak this life. It's kind of like you're accepting your purpose, but you don't have the energy to do it. For the most part, you could be overwhelmed by your water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, and you need that conducting energy. Water is conducting energy, and so it just feels like maybe you need to do a spiritual cleanse if need be, whenever you can. All right, Taurus, I love you. Hopefully that didn't go over your head. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Till we meet again.